Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a video for you guys born in the year of the monkey. So welcome back all my monkey friends. How are we doing this week? Let's find out as we shuffle these cards up and pick three for you monkeys. I would also like to bring to your attention that in the description below there is a link to a video, a new introduction video, just going over a few little things about the channel. And if you haven't seen it and you're interested in just knowing a little bit more about it, then you can check that out in the description below. You'll also find in that description a link for the Patreon, and that Patreon will, once you've subscribed to it, give you access to more in-depth and personal readings. So if you are interested in that, then please do hit that link for Patreon and subscribe to that for me, because that way I can take the proceeds and I can use them to design, illustrate and produce my own Chinese Zodiac deck. So if you'd like to support me in that, please do hit that Patreon and sign up for the monthly in-depth or more intense readings. If not, that's okay, no worries, but just do me a quick favor while we're here. Just hit that subscribe button if you haven't already on the YouTube, because that does show support as well, and it costs you nothing. So if you are enjoying the videos, please do hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Anyway, let's stop about there. And we're going to take that one from the bottom. We're going to take that one from the middle. We're going to take that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, that's not looking too great, is it? With those three negatives there, and it's hard to be optimistic in the slightest when you've got three negative blacks just looming over you. And I do always say that black isn't an attack, but there is definitely some negative energy here. Definitely something dark following you around, something heavy that you're dealing with. There's changes. There are changes happening right now, and those changes aren't necessarily ones that you would have chosen if you had a choice. Unfortunately and coincidentally, you didn't have a choice. So now you just got to suck it up and deal with it. The sheep and the monkey, not the best of friends, not a great compatibility. There is difficulty understanding each other's kind of approaches to life. And I think right now, you're a bit confused on how you got to this point. Like, what happened for you to end up where you are now? Like, everything seems to be a bit of a mess. Everything seems to be a bit higgledy-piggledy. Everything seems to be falling apart. But that's what that sheep does. It's a catalytic moment that comes in very abruptly, very boldly, just full of this energy that tears everything apart. Just smashes its way through like a bull in a china shop, but it's a sheep or a goat in a glassware shop, and it's just basically destroying everything around you. But that's not necessarily the bad thing, because what can be rebuilt from this could be something better, could be something that you deserve, could be something that is more fitting for what you would expect, because you didn't expect this. You didn't expect things to go a bit array and a little bit tits up. Sometimes it's hard for us to accept that change, although difficult and hard to adapt to at times, is part of life. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen whether we like it or not. And no matter how much you want to fix that, no matter how much you want to change that, no matter how much monkey you want to be with it, you're never going to change that. You're never going to be able to change, because change is always going to happen. So this change that's coming in now, you may not like it. You may be thinking, how the hell did this end up like where you are now? And it may be quite difficult for you to navigate, but it is leading you into something that is going to be a life lesson somewhere along the line, if you so choose to see it that way. Another catalyst card. A lot of change going on. A lot of change. Change begets change. We got that rabbit card coming in. Rabbit and monkey, not necessarily the most compatible either. So we've got two catalyst cards, both in the negative, both that you're not necessarily compatible with. And now you're kind of stuck in this place of wanting to get out of it quick. And to get out of it quick, where you are stuck in this kind of, how did I get here moment? You're trying to escape. You're trying to run away. You're trying to hide. You're trying to push down your feelings, swallow it like a bitter pill, and just keep on keeping on and getting on with it. Not necessarily in the ways that you could, like the productive ways that you could, or the more sort of I guess rewarding ways that you could. But right now I think this isn't about you running away to get rewards. This is about you running away to save yourself from something that you believe could happen, or something that you believe is happening. It's almost like you're trying to get out before the going gets bad, but there's no evidence to suggest that things are going to go bad. Apart from obviously the fact that we got 3 negatives there that could be perceived as that badness. But as I've said before, black isn't bad, white isn't good. I know it's difficult to kind of comprehend with the positive and negative aspects, but there's no good or bad or right or wrong here. That negative energy there is just saying that things could be better with this. Like, you could be in a better place. You could have potentially navigated differently so that you didn't get into a position where you wanted to run. You know, you wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for the changes that have been pushing you into that direction. Something has basically changed. It's pushed you into this kind of like corner where now you're trying to get out of it, and get out of it quickly. Unfortunately, I think that you could rush into things a bit too quick. You could make the wrong decisions. You could basically create more problems for yourself, or at least a little bit more, I guess, I want to say like a competition. It's almost like a rivalry. It's almost like there's something you're trying to prove, something you're trying to avoid, something that you believe exists, and because you can't actually, you know, definitively say that this is an actual fact, you're running around like a headless chicken trying to find all the evidence that you can to back up why you feel the way you do. But how you feel the way you do is potentially because you're not adapting to the change that is happening, and you don't like the change, and therefore you're shying away from the change, and you invent the issues because it's easier than just adapting. And then we got a rooster card coming in there, the black rooster. Now, monkeys and roosters, they can get on to a certain degree, and they're not necessarily the most conflict orientated of two signs, but we are seeing this coming at a cost to you. We are seeing these changes costing you, and it's becoming very expensive, and it may not be potentially what you believe is worth it. Like everything has a cost. There is an expense to everything. And we have to sacrifice things and give things up all the time to allow new things to come into our lives. We have to replace the old with the new. We have to let things go so we can pick other things up. You know, to move forward, we have to step away from where we are. You know, this is just part of life. This is just part of it all, really, as we move through one place to another, or one chapter to another. And it will cost you. And I think you feel that this has cost you more than you expected. This has been a very expensive decision, or a very expensive change. And I think you're trying to weigh up the odds if it's worth it or not. I think right now you're probably feeling that it's not. And this is why you're trying to run away. This is why you're trying to protect yourself. It's almost like you're, as I say, not inventing the problems per se, but you're giving yourself reasons to not commit, or not to be involved, or to, you know, just to back away. You just want to back away from it. Maybe from a distance, once you have backed away from it, you'll get better clarity and understanding. But right now, I feel that you think that you've already lost enough. You've already sacrificed enough. You've already spent this much. Whether it be time, money, energy, focus, whatever. You have spent a lot of it. And I don't think you want to spend any more. Because I don't think you feel it was worth it. And if it has been worth it, it isn't worth it now. Because those changes coming in have basically done that. They've changed things very abruptly and then very quickly. And some of those changes were instigated by you. In fact, some of these things aren't changing because of you. You know? And that's a matter of perspective in itself. Some things are hard, or the change is hard to adapt to because you're not allowing it to change fluently or with a flow, and you keep damming it up because you're scared of it or you're worried about it. you're cautious. You're cautious to, well, you're cautious to find out what would happen if you did allow it. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, especially when you're up against those changes and you're up against things that are beyond your control, or at least the first set of changes and things like you had no control over, and now you've allowed yourself to get into this position where more change is now happening because you are the instigator of that. Change begets more change. That change is inevitable. But we'll find out how you get on with that next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the monkey. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the rooster. So if you are interested in what the roosters are up to, then please do join me over there next. If not, no worries. I will just see you in a monkey video next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the monkey. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.